Hello and welcome to Fides Television live on Fides Media. It's a pleasure to have you join us on another episode of News Flash. I am Franklin Obiayem. Stay tuned for an insightful glance at the top stories from Fides newspaper. Coming up right after this break. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying tuned. Now to the updates of this week. Chrism Mass or Cathedraticum, St. Mary's Parish Oka, St. Paul's Aba, St. Michael's Okeze, top charts in donations. This year's Oka Diocesan Chrism Mass, cum Cathedraticum, was celebrated in dramatic fashion, glitz and glamour, with parishes from all the three regions jostling in a charged atmosphere to outdo each other in a healthy and entertaining manner. The turnout of priests, consecrated men and women, and the laity were encouraging, while presentation of cash gifts, material items, among others, as well as paying of homage to the Catholic Bishop of Oka Diocese, His Lordship, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, were impressive. The event, preceded by a concelebrated Eucharistic celebration presided over by Bishop Ezokafo, had all the parishes falling head over heel, just to show their deepest and undiluted appreciation and love towards the local ordinary. You can find more details of this story on page 8 of the Fides newspaper. Divino Amore Institute embodies excellence in 27th matriculation and convocation ceremony. A vibrant gathering of students, staff, religious priests, parents, and distinguished guests converged on Divino Amore Vocational Institute in Oka, Anambra State, on Saturday, April 12, 2025, for a grand celebration of its 27th matriculation and convocation ceremony. As a citadel of learning founded in 1995 by the Daughters of Divine Love Congregation, the institute is dedicated to empowering young women with life and technical skills in diverse fields, including catering and baking, decoration and event planning, fashion and designing, salon and makeup, crafts, and information and communication technology. Upon successful completion of their programs, graduates are awarded professional diploma certificates in vocational training, equipping them with the expertise needed to excel in their chosen professions. Additional information on this story is available on page 15 of the Fides newspaper. Anambra Police launch Operation Zero Kidnapping. A few days after launching Udo Gachi Zero Kidnapping, the Commissioner of Police Anambra State, CP Ikoye Orutugu, has set up a monitoring team to ensure that those saddled with responsibility carry out their duties in a civil manner and also comply with the operational order. Setting up the monitoring team, CP Orutugu thanked the government of Anambra State and stakeholders for their support, even as he appreciated the sacrifice of the police and the other security agencies. Also on page 6, I'll present myself to any native doctor who can make me rich. Soludo. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has called on indigents of the state not to be deceived by some criminal native doctors who claim they have the powers to make someone wealthy without work. The governor said he is ready to present himself to any native doctor who can make one wealthy, as he also needs wealth. But he won't stop at that, but also provide Anambra people, as that will make everyone in the state wealthy. The governor stated this on Tuesday while addressing members of All Progressive Congress, who decamped to All Progressive Grand Alliance to support his re-election. More information on these two stories can be found in page 6 of the Fides newspaper. Obi's bombshell to Tinubu: return home and fix Nigeria. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi, has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to suspend his ongoing retreat in France and return to Nigeria immediately to address what he describes as the worsening security crisis gripping the nation. Obi expressed grave concerns over the increasing rates of violence and insecurity across the country, lamenting what he described as a glaring absence of governance. Within just 2 weeks of Mr. President's absence, over 150 Nigerians have lost their lives due to various security breaches, especially in Plateau and Zamfara states, Obi wrote. More insights on this story can be found on page 4 on the Fides newspaper. China's rise, a new world order. You can find details of this story on page 11 of the Fides newspaper. Primate Ndukuba's wife frowns against ritual killing of young girls. The president of the Mothers Union, Women's Guild, Girls Guild of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, and the wife of the primate, Mrs. Angelina Ndukuba, has frowned against the wanton killing of girl children for rituals by traffickers and kidnappers in society. She made the statement during her presidential address at the 2025 Church of Nigeria Standing Committee, holding at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. To dive deeper into the story, head over to page 12 of the Fides newspaper. On the advertorial for this week, celebrating excellence, Governor Chukwuma Soludo's awards and accolades. For more information on his awards and accolades, go to page 2 on the Fides newspaper. And now to the editorial segments. Anambra CP, Orutugu, a prayer answered. It wasn't too long ago that many people in Anambra State demanded the reposting of the then Commissioner of Police in the state, Nnaye Ogbonnaitam, whom human rights groups particularly accused of incompetence. This came shortly after the exit of his predecessor, Aderemi Adoye, who was variously described as a fine police officer, super cop, and a good mixer. To dive deeper into the editorial story, head over to page 3 on the Fides newspaper. And that brings us to an end of this week's news flash. Thank you for tuning in. For latest news updates, kindly follow us on all our social media handles as displayed on your screen. And also note that you can get a copy of Fides newspaper as well for your reading pleasure. I am Franklin Obiayem, your host. Bye for now.